This is a quick video on the HexEdit status bar, which is this little bit at the bottom of the window. First, you can turn off the status bar, but I recommend you always leave it visible as it provides a lot of functionality in very little space. On the left side of the status bar are shown information messages and sometimes a progress bar for long operations. Also, as you move the mouse over menu items or toolbar buttons, the corresponding command is displayed there. Next to the message area, there are several panels or panes. The first pane next to the message area with the binoculars icon displays the number of search occurrences. If background searches are off, as they are now, then it just displays the word off. But I'll turn them on. And if I search for the word program, you can see it shows that there were 5 occurrences found. A background search in a large file may take some time, so the pane also shows a small progress bar. It should take a while to search for a single null byte, so I'll just search for that, and it's found 387,000 occurrences. Just search for something that won't be found to get rid of that. To see the other panes in this small area, I need to expand the window a bit. Typically you can see all the panes, as most screens are more than wide enough, but for YouTube I have to stick to a video width of 600 pixels. The next pane shows information about the byte at the cursor position. This changes as you move the current cursor position around in the file. It shows the values as hex, decimal, octal, binary, and the current character. Of course, in EBSTIC mode, which I'll turn on now, it shows the current EBSTIC character. You can see similar information to this, but a lot more of it in the Properties dialog, which you can just bring up by double-clicking the pane. Here. The next 2 panes are the distance to mark panes. I will explain the mark later, but in brief you can place the mark on any byte of the file by double-clicking. Then as you move the cursor around, these panes show the distance to mark in both hex and in decimal. Double-clicking the hex distance to mark pane brings up the calculator in hex mode, so that you can calculate a new address to jump to. This is just like invoking the edit go-to command. Double-clicking the decimal pane brings up the calculator in decimal mode. The next pane here just shows the file length in hex or decimal depending on how addresses are shown. If I switch to decimal addresses, you can see that it shows decimal. If I switch back to hex, it shows it in hex. If you've inserted or deleted bytes in the file, this also shows the difference in length of the file in memory with the file that's on disk. So if I just go into insert mode by double-clicking this panel here and insert a few bytes, you can see the length shows +3 because I've added 3 bytes. If I delete, it shows -1. I'll just undo that. These last panes show the status of some on-off settings. You can toggle these by double-clicking them, as we just saw. This one toggles between big and little endian byte order. This is only used when multi-byte values are written to the file, for example using commands on the operations menu or by using one of the store at buttons in the calculator. Because Windows machines usually use little endian byte order, the BE for big endian is displayed in red to be more noticeable. The RO/RW pane says whether the file can be edited or not. So RO is read only, RW is read write. INS OVR says whether the file is in overtype or insert mode. The default is OVR, as generally you don't want to insert or delete bytes in binary files. You can also toggle this using the insert key or by double-clicking the pane. The rec pane says whether you're recording a keystroke macro. You can also double-click to start recording as well as use the normal toolbar button. The final cap and num panes say whether caps lock and num lock are on. It's probably easier to look at your keyboard lights for this though. One final thing to note is that the status bar has its own context menu, which you can't really see there because it's off the screen, but Many parts of HexEdit display have associated pop-up menus that appear when you right-click them. You can customize the status bar context menu just like the other menus.